This is That Comic Smell podcast, featuring your hosts,
David Robertson,
Fernando Pons,
Giuseppe Lambertino,
Mike Sadaka,
and Tom Stewart.
Oh yeah? You alright? Oh, when someone's lucky, try and cool
I would say churro, vaya churro.
Now everyone's here, I can show off my t-shirt.
Is a churro, what is a churro? Is that sort, the sweet thing?
The
Or
donut
is it savoury?
No, it's sweet.
And we,
donut
I
savoury.
think we've got some editing to do later on because the first half, or at least up to the moment you've come, has been Mediterranean swallows and their translations.
fucking joking.
You've not missed anything.
De puta madre. We'll do more languages another day. Starting with fuck. We'll go with that now.
Nice.
So,
Well,
science and
You're
comics.
I thought it'd be an easy subject and people would have too many comics. So maybe my definition of science comic is a bit on the wide side. But I brought a selection, different genres as well. The first one, which you probably noticed, is called Tinkle. And I got this in the Middle East. Yep. Probably the people whose language this is for don't know anything about this word and thought it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Inside, it's mostly things like moral tales, but it's intersected with science paragraphs and pages about how science works.
That's cute.
It's for very, very young readers, but people like ourselves will be interested in the style and even the content. So I found some of the stories pretty interesting. There are some sort of like paragraph texts about science.
Is that? Oh no, it looks a bit like Chris Ware's artwork.
All the stories are sort of like they're like one-offs. Well, most of them. So if you started off at a story, you wouldn't have to worry about the previous issue or the previous issue before that.
I like that kind of comic.
Yeah.
And there are some reoccurring characters like there's a zoologist. Most of the readers are from India. So a lot of the
Is this
fashion
what inspired
and the styles.
your scientific path?
No. I just bought this about a year ago.
Oh.
No, I quite fancied having a look at all the different styles because it's got scientists here and it's a quiz. So
Tinkle picture quiz.
yep. And the answers are there for anyone that wants to try any of the Tinkle quizzes.
That's good. Amazing.
Here's one Nando's familiar with.
Yeah.
I mentioned this last time. Dr. Slump.
Yeah.
This is if you're ever in a down mood, a book like this is good to perk your mood. I can never remember how to pronounce her name. Areli. Well, she's a robot. She's been built by the perverted doctor. He wanted to build
perverted doctor.
Yes, because he wanted to build the ultimate woman. Of course, he actually built a...
Is there any Japanese stuff that isn't kind of hinged on some kind of sexual perversion? No.
Not really.
That's
head.
my shaking the head there. Just yeah.
That's Dr. Slump, and he's an inventor, and he decided to create the perfect woman. But he creates
That's what the
a robot
specification is.
that looks like a girl.
Yes,
Okay.
and she wonders why
A
her
young
chest is flat.
Yeah.
She's also extremely short-sighted, which adds to the humour.
So it needs to make spectacles. So you have a robot, a big spectacle robot that is a girl,
Super strong.
and super strong.
And he has lots of other zany inventions, and the locals don't know that she's a robot. Or at least up at this point, they don't know she's a robot. So they're wondering why she's got all these oddities, like she'll drink oil out of a canister for dinner rather than eat food. She's got one weakness though. and that's if she runs out of fuel, she just freezes where she is. And there's a scene in here where a guy who thinks that he's kidnapped her, but really she's just in it for a laugh. She freezes, and he thinks she's died until the doctors come again. Then Dr. Slump arrives, and he quickly gives her fuel, so she suddenly re-emerges, and it looks like she's back from the dead. Well, it's a good wee...
So she just goes along with the kidnapping for a laugh.
Yeah, she just...
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's in volume
Interesting.
2 or volume 1, but she just suddenly loses all her energy and stays still. So he's got no idea. She thinks she thinks he's playing, and there's no point at all where she's in any danger.
Do you start here?
Yeah, you start the opposite way
Here.
from right to left.
Picked the wrong one with that kind of panel.
There's a lot of humour there.
A lot of comics are like that.
This looks good.
Have to grow a third arm on.
Here's another
I like
one that's
that.
exactly like this. I've got pretty much all the Alita books. This is, rather than a robot, this is a cyborg. And the cyborg starts out human, but something really awful happens to her. It's not really explained how she got that way, but she's basically a brain in a super body. The art style is completely different in that it's far more detailed. It's adult compared to Dr. Slump. There are some jokes here and there, but it's really more known for its absolute brutality. And this is in a post-apocalyptic world. And again, it runs from right to left. The detail in here is fantastic. And even though it's a post-apocalyptic world, science is pretty much one of the most important things. So you see highly advanced cyborgs with their brains showing in some cases. They've all got brilliant weaponry. And Alita's world is kind of controlled by this giant fortress where very advanced people live. In the end, it turns out that they're no more... they're more the victims themselves, but I don't want to give too much away because it is a fantastic
Because
series.
at the beginning of the series, as you know the origin of Alita, then there's a lot of social commentary as well, because they live down where they are fighting to survival every day, and they're hoping to go up to that kind of platform where they think that's we can survive as the highest society. That's there's a class differentiation there always, and there's also
it's the top people.
is there not like a
they've got a mark.
There's also
on
a
their forehead.
gladiatorial sort of a
In
sport where if you are a winner,
there's
you have
quite
the
a few
chance
of
to
them,
go up. And
although it's usually more of a broken promise. And
it's just to make it.
some of the people who belong up there actually make it down there, and they feel more comfortable down there. They're out of the social norms. But it's definitely a brilliant series to get into.
That's an interesting one, especially that one.
Here I go, one that's actually called Science Comics.
Dinosaurs.
Yep. This is the history of paleontology in a comic book form.
Yeah. There's a whole series of them, isn't there, in Science Comics?
Well, it's not the first time this has been done. A while back there was a dinosaur series, an educational one, and it's a bit like the Lookin' comics and Lookin' magazines. You open up and you see a few pages of comic. It's the same with those ones. You open it up and you see a few pages of comic that tells you real life incidents that happened. This is different artists though.
Is it Looking?
Hey,
Wasn't that real?
Lookin'. Oh, Lookin' was real. It was class
I
at
was just
the time.
checking. You nearly shattered my whole world
No,
paradigm.
Lookin's not an illusion.
The artwork in Looking was terrific a lot of the time. I remember they did an A-Team strip, for instance, and the likenesses and everything, and it were great.
They did. I think the people who did the A-Team strip, I think they were the same sort of people that did things like Action Man or Eagle and Victor, those sort of things. It was done in exactly that
I
style.
never credited anybody in Looking.
No, Fast Forward came as well, and they ended up doing like comic book versions of soap operas. And, But anyway, this is there's the other one I've seen on this is about marine biology. So if you have kids who are struggling with science but they love comic books, something like this is like a fantastic idea.
That's nice.
And it actually explains theories in comic book form as well.
Yeah.
So
There's loads of them. There's ones on There's like a whole list of them.
Far Side.
Got a website.
Far Side, great stuff.
Get to know your universe.
Yep, and
There's tons of them.
I'll briefly move away from traditional comic books and say this is one of the best series I've ever seen. It's Gary Larson's Far Side. It's full of scientists acting extremely immature. One of my favourite ones is this time travel, the Age of Reptiles, and you see our friendly scientist in his time travel machine stuck in the jaws of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
The artwork's great.
He's not actually, he says in his own opinion he's not an artist, but
Yes.
he draws far better than a lot of famous artists. Here's a fantastic one for science. The hazards of teaching young Neanderthals. That's a Stegosaurus tail, that's the teacher's chair, and there's the teacher about to plop her arse right
Instead of like a far cushion.
I guess.
Yeah.
Or the pins in the seat.
Impaling.
Here's some. He usually draws scientists like this, old guys in their
with the
lab coats, and there's loads of ones like this. He picks on all scientists, every single type of scientist.
Did that start as cards or not? Or
This,
did it just
Far
put
Side.
cards? Yeah.
No, it started off. He was working in a record shop, and one day he thought to himself, "I'd rather do something else with my life." So he sent in a couple
jobs
of.
does he want? Record shops,
Yeah,
alright.
well, he was at it for 10 years and he thought I needed to have a change in, I think it was Seattle or nearby. And
in Seattle
yeah,
at all?
in Seattle. Oh, but it was before the likes of Nirvana, long before that.
Still, come on.
But he sent in a few comics, just one panel comics to the local newspaper, and he snapped up. He called it Nature's Way. And like a lot of his stuff, it got lots of complaints, but it got lots of people who loved it. So from then on, that's how he started, and lots of newspapers loved it so much that they all ended up buying
rights to it, right?
Yep.
Or whatever.
and he became so rich and famous from it, he actually retired after about 15 years. And it's been about 20 years since he wrote the last one. Here's another one, Calvin and Hobbes. It's not so much science in how we think of it, but the main character, little boy Calvin, who's named after, in fact they're both named after scientists, he's got the mind of a scientist. He loves science, but he's always mischievous and he mucks about.
Yeah.
The tiger, incidentally, when he's on his own, the tiger seems to have a life of its own. But when there's people around, the tiger reverts to being a toy.
He's just a toy.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a mystery as to whether it's all in his head or if the tiger's magic. It's never explained, and it's probably never going to be explained. But he's often...
I'd wager. What would you think?
On his head.
Yeah. I think we're seeing the kid's head being played out there.
Give us your thought about, because your
Well,
face is...
It's interesting that the
Your opinion.
very first one, how he gets the tiger, is he captures him, doesn't he? He leaves a tuna fish sandwich outside.
Yeah.
And then the tiger's hanging off a tree and he takes him in the house.
Didn't
I never knew that.
Neither did
Yeah,
I.
they did tuna. Yes, and it's a tuna sandwich. Yeah.
And also a lot of things happen, like a mum or dad will come in and say, "What's going on here?" And he's like, "It wasn't me, it was,
Yeah.
And he's tied up the chairs and things. And it's like, how did that happen?
How can the boy be tied
It's
up in a
definitely
chair
open to
like himself? So there's a lot of the...
what you think.
Is it real or no? Is it imagination or not? Okay.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's full of intermissions like this,
Yeah.
where he's out in space,
He's great.
or he's with dinosaurs.
Oh, Babbage.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is about Lady Lovelace and Charles Babbage, who in real life were friends. And, they were scientists. And the author here, Sydney
Victorian friends.
Padua. Oh, there's no evidence that they were romantically linked, though. She did have at least one affair, but it wasn't with him. He was about 30 years older than her. And he had loads and loads of kids of his own. There's evidence for one letter where they may have hinted at her husband being away, to remove the third person. But it's only in your broadest imagination that they're actually romantically, because apparently these two were not shy. So But anyway, on the scientific grounds, this author, she I think she started out as web comics, so she got them published in a book, and it's got brilliant black and white illustrations, and there's footnotes on a lot of the pages, so the author can explain the reasons behind some of the bits in the story, or about some people.
Story, or is it?
Sort of, I know, because it starts out where she's younger and she meets Charles Babbage, but then from after the first chapter, basically you could start off at any chapter and it won't affect the story.
Right.
It's got people like the Duke of Wellington coming in, barging in on a horse. It's got it's got Brunel, fantastic picture of Brunel, Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who's like a cigar chomping maniac who sniffs. You can tell whenever he sniffs steam. There he is. He's always there to lend a helping hand. But a bit older, I think, than.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's really nice.
The artwork's brilliant. It works. Black and white works just as well as colour, I think.
I feel that in a lot.
But if you know anything about the two in real life, you know the final panel is quite emotional because it looks like they're fantastically walking off to a bright future, and in real life he died pretty miserable, and she died at the age of 37. But on the plus side, it's a fantastically fun read.
Yeah, on the plus side, somebody made a comic of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I hope that she makes a sequel of it because it is brilliant.
Oh, that's nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very nice.
I've seen that.
No.
It's in what I got that one in Watterson's. There's a paperback version out now.
It'd be nice if someone did something like that with Tesla, on Nikolai Tesla. That'd be a good book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there is
There's a
one.
one
on
there.
Tesla,
Jeff
yeah.
Smith did not a serious story,
No.
but it involved Tesla.
Oh, right.
Kind of time travel. I'm sure he did. Russell?
Here we go.
I'll have to go back.
I thought I'd bring in some good old-fashioned alien technology to contrast with
Dinosaurs versus
the
aliens.
not so technologically advanced dinosaurs. This is a Grant Morrison one. Thing is, I got this and I read it and I was like really looking forward to the next one. And it's been written as a one-off. Even though it was kind of leading up to like sequels. Aliens, as you'd imagine, are very technologically advanced.
Why have they got a laser beam?
So they do have laser beams, but it wouldn't make as good a story.
I know.
Because
I was just
Grant
thinking.
Morrison wouldn't be able to
That's the
milk
thing.
it,
I saw the cover. Sorry, I saw the cover. Dinosaurs versus aliens.
Mm-hmm.
These big motherships descending. There should be no verses. Should be big, massive laser beam from here. Rain napalm all over the dinosaurs. There's no more
Short
verses.
film, though, isn't
Yeah, but really, the aliens are always going to win that one.
it? Yeah.
Well,
They did
I
Cowboys
wish
versus
Aliens.
Aliens. Yeah. So this is like they've done another one, isn't it?
I wish that I could
This is
I
like
could
that
see
one, let's
what
do
really
that.
would happen because there's some scenes in here where the dinosaurs learn to use some of that technology. Yep, and there's dinosaurs, there's individuals. This is a wee bit like 2000 AD where there was a T-Rex with one eye.
Oh yeah.
There's a T-Rex with one eye in this
Yeah,
one.
of
Instead of
course.
being female, it's male.
What's that?
And there's other ones with their own little version of technology. I know it looks pretty primitive, but when you go up against the aliens, you are rooting for the dinosaurs. I thought I'd add that in just.
But this movie happened, didn't it?
This is
I've got a
not
faint
no.
memory of this being a movie.
Probably.
Did it?
There's
I
lots
remember
of films
seeing
with
this in a
dinosaurs,
shop.
and aliens, but not of that version.
That's not.
Maybe I just looked and saw that in a shop and thought, oh, they've done that movie as well, have they?
And I wish they'd make
And
another
Grant
one.
Morrison's written the version for the comic.
I've been to Australia.
I've got the sequel to.
Is this good, Mike? Before you move on, is this yes or no?
I prefer the artwork to the story.
Yeah, it's nicely painted, isn't it?
Mm. But the story, I wish I could see more of it, because I think Grant Morrison did it perfectly as a beginning.
Right.
But I think his intentions were just as a one-off. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of, on this sort of subject, there's a lot of Godzilla graphic novels out now with the scientists, the only way they can beat the monsters, other than have Godzilla's help, is to use technology. Mm. And quite often it's giant robots as well, sometimes shaped like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Did you want to look? Have you seen?
I've had a look, yeah.
I'd like to see a T-Rex bite a flying saucer.
I think that could be arranged.
Yeah. I've changed my mind. Let's hope to make a movie of this.
Or a film of flesh and see dinosaurs do that.
I used to like flesh.
Yeah, 'cause flesh is a good science one because
so.
although they did have chainsaws in that as well. There was a scene in one of the stories. There was this crane.
Who had chainsaws? The dinosaurs?
No, the fast food farmers.
Oh.
It's this huge butch redneck guy, and he's in this crane, and he's got the crane is meant to have a bite-proof cage. So he has this chainsaw, and he goes up to a big long-necked dinosaur, and they zoom the crane towards it, and he chops its head off with his chainsaw. And then he comes face to face with one of the big carnivorous dinosaurs who makes short work of the cage and the chainsaw. Although a lot of the dinosaurs have scars on them from swords, knives, chainsaws, bullets, you name it. And if they made a film of that, it would be fantastic. And I know everyone would be on the side of the dinosaurs as well. Yeah. Although some people were adopted by the dinosaurs in this.
If they're annoying dinosaurs, no.
Oh no, they're fearsome and brilliant.
Yeah, but in the film they could be annoying.
Could be. And
instant dislike to them, kill them all.
Yeah.
Well, there's a scene where there's this spoilt lady and she's actually feeding a small pterosaur baby with a bottle of milk and a dummy, and she's saying things like "Inkum, binkum, drinkum, milkum," and it looks cute. It's got a wee sort of bow thing on it, and then it plops on her, it shits on her, and she goes, "You filthy little beast!" And then she strangles it and throws the corpse towards a primitive reptile that's supposed to be their version of a dog, which has a head half the size of its body, and it just sort of snaps it up. And she goes on the phone or the telecom, she says, "Oh, get me this, get me that. Oh yeah, and send me another one of those cute little pterodactyls for me."
Jesus.
Well, I brought the...
If that's not a commentary on something, I don't know what is.
Yep. I brought the second part of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, because science is used against science. Here we have the War of the Worlds, and the Martians are taking over. They're technologically so advanced that Victorian armies have no chance against them. So they look for a weapon, a scientific weapon, and they find... and I apologise for this. This is a warning for anyone of a particular phobia. The Dr. Moreau... is it Moreau? Yeah, I think it is.
Dr. Moreau, yeah.
Yep. Who has all these sort of animal figures. Some of them like Winnie the Pooh. They're done in a sort of adult version.
That's Rupert.
I was going to say it looks more like Rupert.
No characteristic.
Not Winnie the Pooh, Rupert the Bear, yeah. There's loads and loads of them.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
But they're expecting the weapon to be some sort of advanced creature. It turns out what he's using is a combination of anthrax and streptococcus. Which basically kills the Martians. Mm-hmm. And then there's a big moral debate at the end of it. That Captain Nemo, who has awesome technology himself, is furious that they've used bacteria and viruses to destroy
biological weapons.
Biological he's really upset about that, and he leaves on the basis of that.
Yep.
Which was interesting.
Why? Because I've read it, but I can't remember. Is it because the war shouldn't be fought with biological things?
He's an eco-warrior. He wants to protect the seas and the air.
So
he's fed up of the contamination.
Yeah.
He prefers to invest in technology that is actually ecologically viable,
Mhm.
and that's one of the things when they use the weapon and they use a bio weapon here. They could have endangered not just the aliens but us as well, and other species. Had enough.
And when you see on the first one, he causes a massacre with his sword and gun.
Yeah.
See, he saw that as more honourable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
He's a warrior. That's the thing.
I've got an evil scientist here, Thanos.
Thanos.
This is the beginning of Thanos' career when he's at the academy learning how to be a scientist.
Right.
And he meets a mysterious student who resembles a goth, basically. No offence to goths, because my mother was a goth.
It's too late.
So
It's done.
it's done. But he suddenly realises that this goth doesn't receive any reaction from anyone else. And he realises that he's the only one that can see her. And it turns out that once he's done what she wants, she reveals herself to be Lady Death, or Mistress Death. He's caused a massacre, and he is shocked by it, but then he soon composes himself and becomes the most evil, or the biggest baddie in the Marvel universe.
What? After he's composed himself, he becomes the baddie.
Well, he's sort of like...
I enjoyed that. So first he's upset, and then he goes, oh no, actually I like that.
Actually, yes,
I'll get on with some more.
that is. And he's got some. He's got some pictures of some of his fellow classmates being experimented on. You notice that Thanos, he's got the deviant gene, which means he looks different to the other people of Titan. And
is this
part of that's
Titan
also
the moon? Like, is this meant to be in our
it is
solar system?
that moon. Inside in the Marvel universe, inside there, it's like a huge complex where people we would consider as Greek gods would live in it. In fact, Thanos himself is based on Thanatos from Greek myth.
Right.
He had a brother as well who is only in this. In fact, I don't even remember if his brother's in that. Star Fox, yeah. Who in Greek myth was is also his brother.
And his name is Eros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the love
God of love.
Yep.
Nice.
He
So
is.
has the God of love.
Yes, he got
God of
locked up by She-Hulk, who beat him up when he cheated, I think.
That's an annoying one though, because it makes Lady Death to be like a cock tease.
Yeah.
Instead of being something that Thanos is going after that thwarts away all these
Well,
advances.
I have to say this
Actually-
is done after a lot of Thanos stories, because when
I know.
we first see Lady Death, she doesn't speak.
Mm-hmm.
Here, she actually speaks. She's very
Yeah.
vocal.
If you go back even towards like Infinity Gauntlet and other comics where Thanos and Lady Death appear, the way you understand is it's kind of Lady Death is constantly teasing Thanos, or Thanos thinks that he's being teased.
I think
So
that's
there is
that,
that,
though, like
and
he's
it's-
thinking about it.
And it's constantly that. He is in love with Death.
Yeah, oh yeah. But in this, it's more like he's only in love with her because she's enticed him more than anything, as opposed to the other one, which is he's just infatuated and it's his ever growing chase. You know,
He has lots of
that's
lovers
my
and
take on it. Like,
children in this book, and Lady Death persuades him to kill them all.
Mm.
That's why Nebula, they reckon she was one of the daughter of one of Thanos' children that escaped his slaughter.
Right.
But it's pretty brutal in there. My favourite Transformer happens to be evil as well, and he's also supposed to be a scientist. Starscream in the stories was a scientist before the Great War of between the Autobots and the Decepticons. Although this doesn't really show that, this is some of the best of Starscream stories. He's very adept at using science and technology. And my favourite story, Starscream story, is in here, and it was written by a guy I've met, very nice Simon Furman, who I met in Glasgow at one of the conventions. He wrote the story of Starscream. This is separate from the animated series of the 80s. He's in the middle of a field. He's quite depressed, and you find out things about his psyche. He's speaking. This is the only example. He's the only Transformer who's actually broke the fourth wall and referred to the reader. In this one, he's really depressed. He refers to the reader in another story in his book, not this one, but he's going on about things that really make him tick. And he bumps into a wee boy who's like, Merry Christmas, and Starscream couldn't be arsed, so he's like, go home. And then when he has to learn about Christmas, he decides to sort of download all the data he can. So it's like internal data file, subhead, Earth vocabulary, Christmas, date December 21st, annual festival celebrating Christ's birth. And he talks about family, reunion, gift giving and all that. But of course, Starscream's not that bothered. And then, reluctantly, like a Scooby-Doo character, he decides to fly off, but he takes a wee boy with him who's still trying to convince him of the good about Christmas. And there's a bus full of old people who get stuck in the snow. And Starscream decides to listen to the boy and do something good. But of course there's an Autobot who thinks Starscream's just there to massacre the people. So he ends up fighting this Autobot. And then before the fight gets too serious, the wee boy sort of tells the Autobot off and says, You darn fool Autobot, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. This Decepticon wasn't trying to harm people. He was trying to help them. And the really smug Starscream is like, yep, I am. And then at the end of it, the wee boy's still not getting any Christmas jolliness from Starscream, and he's almost crying. In fact, yeah, his eyes are watering. He goes off the press, and then Starscream shouts out, by the way, Merry Christmas, kid.
He's upset because he wanted him to give him a Transformer.
Yeah, he gave him a
from
load
the
of
factory.
Hasbro toys.
Yeah.
And,
It's like, come on, can't you get into Christmas? I want the big Transformer. What's wrong with Christmas? Come on, it's a time of giving.
Yeah. Well, a
But
lot
they always
life
got
size
Christmas stories and Transformers.
yeah, the UK ones.
Yeah.
And that story was the
Nice.
special UK Christmas story of Starscream.
Yeah, that's good.
But in a lot of his stories, he uses science to get one up on Megatron, his boss.
Megatron.
Yep. So almost all of his schemes involve science, using science to the best of his abilities. And in a lot of the backstories, everyone makes reference to him being a very good scientist.
I recognise that one at the start. I read that at the time. Yeah, the enemy within. There's a good bit in this where they're flying around and the ones that were like dogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Ravage.
Ravage, and he was
I
chasing-
wanted to
yeah,
that
He's
looks
a
really
kid.
scientific.
This is John Ridgway.
Oh, yep.
That looks really
Very nice.
That looks really scientific.
This one's perverted as well. I got this one
Wow.
because
Biology, I think, is what it's.
I think so.
there is science in here. The main character
I'm sure there is.
Are you sure
Again,
about
is
What
a
was the name
villain.
of that one, mate?
She's the
What's that one called?
Bomb Queen.
Bomb Queen,
yeah.
and the title is.
Gangbang.
That's what I want to hear. That's it. We're ready for a gangbang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
I was listening to Black Lace last night. It was on, I was watching a bit of Rita Sue and Bob too.
Oh, really?
Alright, so
Well,
tell us.
the science parasite. Oh, I should have used this for politics as well, because there you've got the evil president of Alaska, Sarah Palin. You notice her eyes usually.
Is that meant to be? Is that Sarah Palin?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
Sarah
right?
Palin.
Is that Sarah Palin?
No, that's
I
not
think that's
Sarah.
how Sarah
That's
Palin
Bomb
looks.
Queen.
Is in the mind of a lot of people.
Yeah. But whenever you see her, well, in most of the bits you see her eyes sort of glow red and evil. The author is not too keen on her, although he's keen on drawing her.
Yeah.
But if you can look beyond all the boobies, you'll see that the main the main character is a scientist who uses science to do her evil deeds. And the other ones, one of them that's not on there, she's on the inside. Her superpower, that one I think, yeah, that one, because her t-shirt she's got a picture of a train. Her superpower is she can go anywhere on a train track. So she goes on a train track and she can zoom along.
But anybody could do that.
Yes, if they take the
Just get on a
train.
train track and
Just
walk along. Yeah.
It's got time
She does it at
travel
high
and
speed, yeah.
dimension jumps in here as well.
Right.
But it's very easy to be sort of distracted, especially when some villains like this are lurking around.
That's wrong in so many levels.
I know. So have a wee look at the wrongness.
No.
There we
I
go.
like this one,
This is a good
This
science
is the
one.
best part of this cover.
Okay,
This
cool.
one, yeah, cool, man.
For a long time in the
Aliens?
90s, there were loads of aliens and predator stories. And this is
looked like the dog was going to get absolutely.
actually this alien is a robot, an android.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's made to look exactly like the regular aliens, so it can intercept the aliens and go into their hive. There's a cool wee bit where it actually sort of talks to one of the alien guards that's guarding the queen, and also it's set in a laboratory. It's set on a spaceship. The alien even has its own biological weapon that it can use to shoot enemies with. The main scientist has a code which he says to it, because sometimes it's got programs in its head so that it behaves just like an alien. So his lover is learning ways of how to escape the real alien, but when the robot is in this program, it behaves like one. So he's got to go in there and shout out the code to stop the robot from killing his girlfriend. It's got loads of futuristic technology in it. It's got like some of the spaceship designs. It's got some of the monitors in the lab, and with most labs, it's got the good old-fashioned test tube. And nicely animated there, as you see it smashing when it hits the floor. Basically, that's their scheme, their plans. That's what happens to their plans. All along, they're being watched by an even smaller robot that's shaped like an ant. The dog's not a robot, though. The dog is real. If you have a wee
No,
look
this
at
has
that
been
one.
this has been coloured more recently, hasn't it?
No, that was the colour it was at the time.
Was it?
Yeah.
When did you
it
say
was,
this was? The 80s?
late
90s.
80s or early
90s.
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 I remember that, and it was that colour.
Yeah.
Because that came on its plane. I read that one.
Kelly Jones.
Kelly Jones, yeah.
Quite nice art, eh?
Kelly Jones.
Yeah.
The
I think he did some of Batman's.
No.
Batman. I think some of the Batman
Kelly
comics
Jones.
were drawn by him as well.
Uh-huh.
With similar colouring. It's also quite brutal. That's actually the robot doing that.
Oh.
So he got to shout out the priority override, and he says the code, and the alien stops in midway. It's got some brilliant illustrations there.
Mm-hmm.
I brought this one along because I had to look up for one Spider-Man story, because
Is that
Spider-Man's
an
a scientist.
old story.
That's
Oh,
an
no.
old. This is old school, as in
Somehow I
80s.
remember
That's
that.
mid-80s.
Yep.
I remember reading
I
that.
think I remember that cover or that
Hobgoblin.
story. That
Yeah.
kind of.
The Hobgoblin, for a long time, no one knew who he was. So lots of people they thought was that.
Yeah.
And then it was revealed in the mid-90s that he was Roderick Kingsley, who alongside being a fashion designer was also a scientist.
But he was Ned Leeds.
He wasn't Ned Leeds. Ned Leeds was...
There was a big Who is the Hobgoblin,
Yeah.
and we found out, and it was Ned Leeds.
and
That was in about 1987.
Yep, and the reason why they had to change that is because Spider-Man was talking to Mary Jane, and this was as a result of what fans were saying. And he was saying, look, Ned Leeds died because 4 of the foreigners, assassins, came in. And Mary Jane says, yeah, but weren't they not ordinary humans? I mean, if you were attacked by 4 ordinary humans, you'd easily beat them. And Spider-Man said, Peter Parker says, no, but they got the... oh, hang on. So Hobgoblin was as strong as I am. He would have massacred them. So they had to change it completely. Ned Leeds, in the official Spider-Man stories, was hypnotised, brainwashed by the original Hobgoblin. And this is Roderick Kingsley. He's in his lair. He's looking through Norman Osborn's scientific journals.
So this is 90s stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, this is 80s. Late 80s.
This is before.
Definitely late 80s. And this is when he gets the strength of the Hobgoblin. It's funny because when you see Roderick Kingsley for the first time, he's more like the victim.
Look at that.
Peter Parker sees him, and here we are. That character sure wasn't one of the goons. He's too short, too skinny, boy, and they used to call me Puny Parker.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. For the non-believers, several have worn the fearsome mask of the Hobgoblin, but the first was high society fashion mongrel Roderick Kingsley.
First, in the terms of the comics being published, or the
Well, the thing is,
retcon?
there were several writers had ideas for who was
Yeah,
going to be the
sure,
Hobgoblin.
sure.
One of them had the idea of two brothers.
Yeah.
And there's reference here to Roderick Kingsley saying, I wish my brother was here.
Uh-huh.
And in the 1996, when they sorted out who the Hobgoblin was, there's scenes like this where Roderick Kingsley is with the Hobgoblin. Well, this one here, because that was the robot, that's the real one.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you might giggle. Roderick Kingsley, this is not him, this is Daniel Kingsley, the identical to Roderick except for the hairline, so here he's wearing a wig. So Roderick Kingsley is...
He's Ned Leeds.
Yeah.
Roderick's the Hobgoblin. So I think with Ned Leeds, he was also too much of the victim. There was numerous times when he was needing Spider-Man to save him. I think this is Ned Leeds here. Yeah, Ned Leeds. It was good in that they got several characters who could have been him.
Drawing, was it?
No. It's to me. To me, I'm more happy with Kingsley as the Hobgoblin
Who
because
was the Rose?
Oh.
the Rose was
What was he
Fisk.
called?
That was Kingpin's son. Was it Wilson Fisk is the Kingpin? It was his son
Yeah.
who was the
But
Rose.
he wasn't called Kingsley, was he?
No, he was Fisk. He wasn't Wilson or Wilson Jr. Rose is sometimes in these, but
Anyway, it's quite nice art, isn't it? And
it's brilliant art. It's my
John
style
Romita
of art.
Jr. Yeah.
Classic Spider-Man outfit.
Yeah,
I
this
love
is
it.
slightly before when I was reading.
Here we go.
Oh, there's a Secret Wars intro.
Yeah, that's when the
How
Hobgoblin.
did they meet up?
This is one of my favourite crossovers. It's probably one of the few that I think really works. This is 2000 AD's Batman and Judge Dredd, the first outing of these two. Artwork was completely different from anything I was used to at the time. It's full of science. Not only are they travelling through time and space, they've also got science in the case of the Mean Angel implanted on his forehead, which he uses to butt people to death with. Batman goes through to the... Batman eventually goes through to the future when he fiddles around with a belt that Judge Death has got. Judge Death runs riot in Gotham, where he meets the Scarecrow. They team up. Scarecrow uses his scientific equipment, the potion, to put fear in people. He teams up with Judge Death, and of course, eventually, when Judge Death gets a body, he turns against the Scarecrow. You've never seen Judge Death looking cooler than this. And there's this hilarious moment where he goes to the Scarecrow to judge him. The Scarecrow, fearing this, splatters Death with the spray that makes Death have his fear. And the Scarecrow's going, my God, what could possibly make Death himself afraid?
It's all really nice things.
Yep. This is sort of a similar scenario, and recently has been in Dragon Ball Super, where Frieza, one of the main villains in Hell, is attached to a tree surrounded by cute bunnies and teddy bears. And to those sort of characters, that is Hell.
Has that book not got a really good page with all of Batman's villains above his head?
It's when Judge Anderson is looking at Batman's head. There's a few villains in there. There's a Joker, Penguin.
Because
there's
the
kind
other
of Catwoman.
The other Batman Judge Dredd, the Ultimate Riddle, has the same one, same visual, but it's Batman's head and everything coming out over the top, and it's all these villains and everything, and all these rogues gallery at the top. There's also a good.
That looks nice, that book.
There was a second one where it was basically just one big fight between the two.
Yeah.
And they could have explained it a little bit better, I think, because it was Judge Dredd found out that Batman was going to die saving people. So he went back in time. It was the ventriloquist, I think, was the main villain in it.
Yeah.
And they basically fought each other. And then Judge Dredd goes, yep, now should be long enough. And Batman's like, what are you talking about? After they beat each other to a pulp. Says, yep, now I put you off going to rescue these people who are going to die. And Batman's like, what? And he zooms off to the scene to rescue them. But the artwork was nowhere near as good as what that artwork is.
Yeah.
And the last book I've got, it's not a graphic novel. I do have a graphic novel of the Gundam series, but I thought this was a little bit better because science in where are we? Yeah, they're some of their awesome machines that they have. This is out of the TV series, but there were comic book versions of this. Basically, it's little kids getting to play with really big robots, but they slaughter a lot of people in the process. Space travel as well.
Yeah, it's my kind of experiment.
That's irresponsible.
The story.
Just what I want my kids to read.
Mike, what kind of stuff you bring us today? This is amazing.
Well, the thing is, there's so many Gundam stories. The one that most people in Britain know is Gundam Wing, because like the Dragon Ball series, they decide for some reason to start at the very middle. So you put the middle of a series in, so you've got to work things out. And with Gundam Wing, it's the Earth.
Right.
The Earth is surrounded by civilizations outside. So you know the diagrams you have of satellite, giant rotating cities in space colonies.
Mm-hmm.
Each space colony is a country on its own, or an alliance, and they're at war with people on Earth. So they have to get these peace agreements, but a lot of the people who are coming up with these peace agreements get assassinated by kids and robots. But then they're trying to work out who's good and who's not. They're being attacked by all sorts of adversaries. So it's a little bit of a political thing as well. But because we got the middle of it, most people in this country anyway don't know where it all began. Because when you have a look at some of the comics from the first slot, it's completely different to the Gundam Wing. So we're kind of baffled as to how the colonies got up there to begin with, and why are they fighting. So it's like being landed into the middle of a war and not knowing who to support. Because some of the main characters, the people you're meant to follow as heroes, have killed more people than Indiana Jones and James Bond. But they're like, some of them aren't even in their teens. But in the cartoons in this country, they made it that a lot of the machines they were fighting were unmanned. But in the original Japanese one, they're all manned. So every machine that's destroyed, there's at least
all
one
their robots
person
are actually big mix, and
there's a
pilots and
pilot
they learn
inside there. Yeah.
how to pilot and
that character is very funny. Lady Un. I don't know if she has that name in other translations, but she's fearsome, not to be messed with. But as soon as she undoes her hair and takes her glasses off, she suddenly turns into an angelic character, really calm. There's a hilarious moment when she fights one of the Gundam pilots, and one of the men in charge, who's ruler of some of the nations, tries to calm her down by playing beautiful music, and has scenery on the screen inside her machine changed to a nice countryside and bird song. It's got some really fun moments in it. So that's my lot of science-inspired.
Did you buy this in 2001?
No, I ordered it in maybe must have been 2003.
Right.
I feel like that deserves a round of applause. That was some hell of that was good. That was a good
Can
one.
you touch all genres?
Yeah.
I hope so.
With
There's
one
lots I
topic
haven't.
there.
That was incredible.
I've not brought any of my actual comics.
Because
I
you've
just
done-
brought the
You've done
the books.
superheroes, you've done historic figures, you've done manga, you've done anime, you've done
Educational ones.
comic strip, press strip,
Right,
dinosaurs,
Oh yeah.
everything.
I've
It's
just
incredible.
got a couple of science comics here. As soon as you said science, I thought of this book right away. This is one, Frontiers of Science.
Frontiers of Science.
Never even heard of it,
No,
but
I
I
never
already
heard of it.
like the look of it.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? It's that old-fashioned kind of,
Love that.
and it's
Love that colour as well. People don't use that
Yeah,
colour
yeah.
anymore.
this is from the early 60s. I got this in, remember Big Bairn books, the second-hand books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got this in there. And I just love the look of it, and it's like newspaper strips all about science, you know? It's all factual stuff. And the artwork's great. Australian comics.
Where did you find it?
In the second-hand bookshop.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
Bear.
Big Bairn, it used to be, it's closed now. But
Oh,
this
right.
was like 2 or 3 years ago. Professor Stuart Butler. Andrea Bresciani.
Let's have a gander.
Bresciani and Robert Raymond. So these are Australian guys. This is Australian comics. But it just looks great. Have a look at it.
Nice.
Terrific wee book.
Very good.
And it's all fat.
Oh, I love that.
It's great, isn't it? I just thought, I'm having this.
Too right.
Thank you. I think it was like £2 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It'd be interesting to know how much of the science has changed in
Yeah.
50 years or so.
That's what I was thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Voices from the sky.
Because I avoided science fiction when you were saying science comics. I thought, well,
I did the same.
yeah.
I tried.
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't even think of that way.
Yeah.
I just tried to stay away from it. Didn't quite manage it.
Frontiers of Science. It's got that feel slightly, the kind of Al Williamson,
Yes.
Alex Raymond, the classic style of the
yes,
comics.
very classic.
Before Kirby and more dynamic stuff. It's just nice.
Yeah, when they were
drawing.
like in the 50s when they were imagining that we'd have everything by like
Yeah,
1990.
exactly.
I could imagine John Crivelucci, the creator of Ren and Stimpy, looking at this book and coming up with his Space Madness episode.
Yeah, so it's good. And the other thing I've got is this thing called Spineless. It was a freebie
Very good.
Excellent.
from the Newcastle Newcastle Uni. They do like a Newcastle science comic or something.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Newcastle Science Comic.blogspot.com. And this was Lydia. Oh God, I'm going to kill this as well. Lydia Wysocki. Sorry, that's probably wrong if she's listening. But she's nice. I was chatting to her and she was telling me she did this. And then it was at Thought Bubble again. She was at Thought Bubble and they were giving these away free, you know? And they've made it specifically to teach kids again about science. So they've got a lot of different artists. It just looked nice to me, so I just thought, yeah, the price was right.
Have you used it yet with the kids?
No, I've not showed them it yet, but I will. I guess they'll start getting more into science later on at high school and things. But yeah, have a look at that as well.
That looks nice. I love it when
It's a lovely wee thing.
you get something like that out of an unexpected place, like the Newcastle University Science Department.
Exactly, yeah.
There can't be this many scientists in the Newcastle University that are actually good artists
I think
as well.
they've put that together with kids and things. You know, it's been like a big project involving.
But who's done all the art?
kids.
Yeah, they must have got artists to do it because they can't just happen to have a. Well, maybe they do have a fantastic crop of scientists who happen to be artists as well.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, it'd be lucky. See that? This is lovely, isn't it? When you see something like that, it makes you think, God, if I just had the right idea, that's kind of within range of being doable.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my couple that I thought of.
That's very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like this.
Nice little finds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
I've had a really kind of busy month that I've not been able to focus much on even preparing. But one thing I got was this Philip K. Dick. Bad. Good.
Well, I'll let you.
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Mm-hmm.
This was on Boom Studios. I bought this second hand, maybe from Oxfam or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
But I didn't realise that I'd need to get another 6 or however many more there is, 5 or 6 in the series for the complete story. So this is only like 1 from 5. So when I started reading it and I found it out, it put me off. Because I was like, if I read this, I'm 5 parts short anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd get an omnibus version. But I did really enjoy what I read because it was actually an adaptation with all the. It's with all the.
It's word for word.
It's word for
all
word.
in there.
So I quite liked the idea of that. Do you not like that?
Well, I read the book anyway, and I
Right.
really liked it. And so I was interested when this came out. But as you say, I mean, it looked like it was going to run for about 98 issues or something. And I thought, I'd read this book anyway. And it just seemed a bit redundant. I'd read it anyway, and it was a bunch of drawings stuck on. There wasn't really an adaptation if they just took all the words, everything.
Yeah, I suppose it's just
I mean,
so
I
what
didn't
would you
stick
call
with
it? A transcription
I'd
of it.
call it a total redundancy.
Right. Well, that's that.
But you know, it's been. I think I bought 2 or 3 of them. I thought I've seen
These.
no, the issues.
Of
that
the
came
issues,
out,
right.
That was a while ago now. In fact, it's probably.
Actually, yeah, because I've got 1 or 2 of them that I maybe picked up from a bargain bin.
Yeah.
So it's like I've got little bits that amount to nothing, pretty much. And the other thing I brought, because I had it to hand, because I've not been able to get access to a lot of my stuff, is this comic called The Zoo Hunters, which is on Aspen. Aspen Comics. And I don't know when number 1 came out, but it was fucking ages ago. And they're only at number 3, and it's like everyone on Facebook is saying to them, have you done number 4 yet, or what? Pretty much, you've been like...
Did you not bring one of these before?
Zoo Hunters, perhaps. But I brought it this time because it is science fiction, but I really like the artwork and the concepts in it. They were pretty good. This is that guy, what's his name?
Adam Warren?
No, I thought that was that Scott fella. No, Scotty, what's his name? Scotty...
Young.
Yeah, it looked a bit like Scotty Young, but I don't think it is.
Oh, the cover.
No.
Yeah, the cover, yeah.
Chris Sanders.
But it is a comic that I've enjoyed reading, but I've forgotten what... I know that the guy is an exotic beast kind of trader, or transporter, should we say, for a lot of money, pretty much. And there was a lot of science and science fiction in it, which I enjoyed. The artwork. I don't know if it'd be David's fatigue because it's
digital, isn't it?
It's digital, but
I like the. I like the lettering.
Yeah, that's
the journal.
The diary account. Yeah,
it's nice.
Then I was thinking, I read some comics about a year. You had that Captain Swing. It's steampunky, but I quite like steampunk stuff for science because it's like, wood, metal, steam, fantasy. It's good. It's good like that. I like it. You can kind of imagine it kind of going on secretly in Victorian times, but don't tell the masses we got this really good machine.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that Captain Swing, but just because of the artwork and the fact that it was steampunky and I quite like that look, I can't remember what happened in it. Saved my life. It's just that I enjoyed it.
It really impacted you then.
Well, the artwork did. I can remember the story that I read that you've given us because it's in recent memory. But I have to kind of try dredging all the memories.
It's all the junk children you have.
It's what?
It's all the junk children you have to say.
It is, I know.
Junk and they keep you up in the middle of the night and memory
Both
doesn't work.
short-term memory loss. There you go. But that's my lot.
Well, like I said, folks, I've only got the one. I've only got a Logic Comics,
which that's the one I thought. I'm sure someone would have been this.
It's the life of Bertrand Russell, a philosopher and logician. So it's all mainly the science of mathematics and logic and whatnot. But it's obviously a story that's told through the people down here. I can't pronounce their names, and I'm not going to desecrate it. But it's the 4 of them meeting up and trying to decide how they should tell his story. But within that, it's also the story like him telling it whilst he's at a lecture of everything that's happened in his life and how he's came to be who he is, and how meeting other people that have dealt in other logicians and other thinkers, have ended up where they are. So there's some that he meets that have ended up in mental asylums, and some that have ended up exiling themselves completely because the thought and the theory that goes in behind it, and all the maths and the endless possibilities that can go on, it just drives them mad. And it's him battling with that and ended up at that stage because he is looking at everything from a very philosophical standpoint, and is trying to teach other people this. At the end of the day, that is his whole point, is to write these teachings and be able to explain it in the best way possible. Even as I'm explaining it right now, I'm getting lost in it. But it's a really good story.
Does he make it through?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. Is he's up lecturing and telling his story of how he's ended up managing to stay sane. But there's a lot to it. I mean, he sacrifices his relationship. He sacrifices a lot of his mind at the end of the day. But
did you check how true to?
It's very. It does stick very true, I would say. But it is they do go through a big struggle within the book as well, and they show that the struggle that the four of them are going through trying to tell the story as well. But it's good. It's good that it's got that extra point in it, that it's not just this is a story. This is his story from A to B. It is the whole thing of how do we get this across in the best way possible and not get people lost.
Are they Greek?
But it's
they
are.
Greek writing about philosophy.
Apart the last one,
logic.
It's Italian.
Yeah. Even when it starts
talking eye to eye.
Even when it starts off, they kind of break the fourth wall at the start. It's a lot of them. It's guys sort of speaking to the reader and explaining who they are and what they're going to be doing, and then eventually it's like, right, I'm going to take a step back here, but you know what's happening, and then
so they bring
it carries on.
Why how they.
It's a lot of explanation, but it's done in a very simplistic. I mean, it's done in a very simplistic style to start off with. So going into it, you're not daunted when you first look at it. Like it's not too busy. There's not a lot going on, so you're not lost. But they also explain a lot of what they're saying if it's more.
So do they tackle philosophical ideas, or do they just tackle his struggle with ideas?
It's a lot to do with his story, but yeah, they do struggle with. They do tackle a lot of the philosophical ideas as well. They talk about logic on a whole and where it's come from and what's been going on with it, the development over the years and everything as well. But they tackle that from Bertrand's story and his angle, yeah. But it's really good. It's really worth a read.
Sounds interesting. Have you read that?
I haven't read that. No.
I read it when it came out.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
I think I must have got it like a year or two after it came out. I kept
remember
seeing it in Waterstones.
It was.
Kept seeing it in Waterstones, and it's a very eye-catching cover. It's very different from any of the rest of the things you see on the shelf. Most of these covers will be like splash pages, whereas this is very simplistic. It's just the circle of one of the panels, and that's it. Logic comics and the search for truth.
They're doing a business for.
Yeah.
Any logic system works.
But look. It's really interesting though. It's really interesting, and like I say, it is very much just the science behind philosophy, logic, and mathematics.
That's similar to the Babbage and Lovelace.
Yeah.
I was in Waterson's and I saw the cover and thought that looks really interesting. Had a wee flick inside and thought, I'm going to buy that. So.
Yeah, see, I've only seen the cover for that before, not in Waterston's, online, but yeah, it was the same sort of thing. I'd read the back blurb about it.
French.
One of them
Annie
is
Didona.
yeah.
She's actually French.
One of them's French.
Although that's
That's
Didona.
Yeah.
That's Italian.
They explain in the very first pages when he's talking to the reader, he explains who they all are and where they come from and their background and whatnot as well.
I did 2 years of ancient Greek.
Oh, did you?
So I can.
Oh, really?
Well, I used to be able to read the Greek alphabet.
Oh.
Not that I know what it means, but anymore. But I know some words, but it's. So
I only know some letters from science.
Image.
Formulas. When there's too many variables and alpha and beta laws
Alphas and betas and all that.
Polo
do.
Canones.
Oh, gamma, pi, phi, omega.
There you go.
That's very good. Pass around.
It's definitely one of my, I would say one of my favourite graphic novels that I've ever read.
I remember there was a lot in it, but it was a breeze to read.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah. It was so
Can
good.
you imagine it's something that you'd go back to and reread though?
Yep. It delves a lot into his life, but at the same point, it makes you wonder the bits that they may have missed out, what happened in between there, you know. So you go looking after it's after you read it.
Right, to fill in the gaps kind of thing.
There's not a lot of gaps to fill in, but there is.
And
There is
did you find anything of, did you do that? Did you find anything of note in the gaps?
Nothing major. I mean, like I say, they cover most of
Right.
these most prevalent moments. There's nothing massive missing out. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of travelling that's missing. Like you'll have gone to see different people that have maybe not included in the book because it would have taken up too much time, and it's already been explained to somebody else before. He's just covered the same ground with another mathematician or another philosopher or whatever. But it's the exact same conversation he's had with somebody else, so they've just cut it from the book to save page space, you know, that kind of thing. But that's about it, really. But it was good though. It was good to find out. You know, he's a very travelled gentleman. He's seen a lot of the world. He's a very well studied and educated man in lots of different fields. You know, it's crazy. It's good though. Very interesting. It's not somebody that I'd ever thought about before until reading it.
Bertrand Russell.
So there you go.
Maybe.
That's my only kind of contribution.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a hefty one.
Yeah, indeed.
But like David said, it's a breeze to read.
Any good reads in the past month, man?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Before that, got an anecdote to tell about our joke that we're carrying on. Steve Rogers and Steve Trainer. Well, the other day I decided to read Top 10 by Alan Moore.
Yeah.
It transpires that the boss of the police department, the older guy who is kind of the main officer of the police department in Top 10, his name is Steve Trainer. So I was about to send you an email about it because of the joke of Steve Rogers, Steve Trainer.
When we kept saying over and over again about what was it,
Steve Rogers. I couldn't remember his name. That was it.
Yeah, it wasn't Steve Rogers Trainer.
Wonder Woman's
friend.
the male.
Oh, the soldier.
The soldier.
I forgot it again.
I forgot it again.
Because I said Steve Trainer and you said Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers. Which is Captain America, and I said Steve Trainer before. No, it's not Steve Rogers.
Yeah, Steve Trevor.
And it's Steve Trevor.
Yeah. So we were trying to figure out who it was. It's always that thing. We always say Steve Rogers. No, Steve Trevor. No, Steve Trainer. Steve bloody.
So Steve Trainer did appear in the comics.
Yes.
Okay. Top 10.
Is he white and blonde?
No.
Okay.
He's the older guy, bald. At the end of the story, transpires. It tells you that he's gay and lives with his partner.
That makes sense.
Good.
Well, I don't know if it makes sense that he's gay or not, but yeah, it's just an anecdote.
If
When the Steve Trainer, I thought, well, there you are.
Yeah.
Because I was reading Steve Trainer, what? I was laughing out loud. I need to send this to Dave and Thomas just for the joke. It was so close. I'll check this, please.
Nice. Good. Yeah.
I've been reading Valerian.
Oh, Valerian.
I got a book token for
Valerian.
Christmas.
Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah. So I went into Waterstones and they had Valerian, and they had a like 1, 2, 3, 4. They had a bunch of them. Oh, there's Valerian. It's like a sci-fi from the 60s. It started, right?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And it went right on till very recently. It finished like 2000 and something or other. And it's
quite apt for this.
it's really
Science fiction.
I just got it. I bought the first 3 just to get a taste of it. And it's really good. I mean, the way the figures are drawn is quite cartoony, and then there's all the detail of the equipment, and I'd recommend it. It's a bit.
Messias is the main actor. He influenced Moebius and other artists.
This is like late 60s.
But it's a late 60s science fiction comic, and he's like the subtitle is a space temporal agent. So he travels.
So is Valerian a person?
Yes. Yeah, he's a guy, and then Laureline
and
is the girl that is two agents from this sort of a galactic agency that try
it's like
to
a time agency.
they try to keep the timeline correctly and also avoid major catastrophes around the galaxy.
The story's kind of daft, but it's good. It's fun.
Exactly.
And it's a kind of. It's quite wordy, plotty. There's a lot of sitting around people talking about what's happening. But somehow it's still good. I don't know. It's one of those where I'm kind of bored with it, but I'm fascinated. So I'm going to keep going because I'm enjoying it, even though I'm not sure why. And there's a really exciting bit in it where they use the time jumping. There's like a load of spaceships, villain spaceships. So he's got an idea, and he just jumps about in time, and so he's like he goes around and shoots every single one of them, and it all like happens in a second, and it's like this big splash page, and it's just the spaceship in all these different places shooting all the ships.
Oh, that's a good
and I thought that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Spider-Man character called the Spot. He wasn't thought of as being a big threat.
Yeah, the white and dots.
You could create spots.
And from the spots he would punch or kick
beer.
That's right.
Like wormholes.
Yeah. He was in the
cartoon.
He was in the Marwade's Daredevil as well at the very start. He infiltrates a wedding at the start. It was good.
As the villains do.
Yeah, well, he's at the start and they all think that Daredevil.
No, have some villain getting to the
Volivants. They all thought that Daredevil was just trying to get in the way, but he's actually trying to inadvertently save them all as the Spot's putting his hand through like holes and stuff. He's pulling the bride away and all this kind of stuff. And they're trying to get him, and then eventually the Spot gets tangled in his own hole, and he's sitting going, that'll sort it out. And he just ends up getting all tangled up in different bits.
Where'd he get tangled?
In these.
Oh, right.
All these spots that he's made, but he gets himself all tangled up. It's good.
But he was trying to steal the bride. Is that what he was trying to do? Steal the bride?
He's trying to kill the groom, but he tries to steal the bride away at one point.
Put in the stream, it's like his own horse. You were digging a hole there.
Anyway, my memory of that
Valerian
character was he's fighting Spider-Man. Must have been the first time, and he's like, "What's this?" And he's got, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man," dots, and there's like a picture, and there's one of these dots there, and he's punching Spider-Man like that, and he stood over there with his hand in the other thing. And then Spider-Man's like, yeah, but that punch was rubbish. He's just like, that was just rubbish.
Yeah. He ain't got much of a
punch. And he's like kicking him, and he's like, what, are you kidding?
They're like little kick. I can imagine that when you say that. Make as many holes as you want.
Yeah.
If you're just going to slap me through it.
So I do remember that.
Yeah, but Spider-Man aims to shoot webbing at him in the cartoon series in the mid-90s. The webbing goes in a spot and then it comes out elsewhere and splatters. But I think they got, was it Roddy McDowell? They got to give the voice to the Spot.
Did they really?
Oh,
I think so, yeah. I think it was. I could be wrong, but I think it was him. They got a lot of big names for that cartoon series. The Kingpin was the late Roscoe Lee Brown. That sort of imposing voice. He did a lot of villains and authoritative characters and
Who?
cartoons.
Roscoe who?
Lee Brown. He was in film. He's in a lot of films. Have you seen Logan's Run?
No, but I thought you meant...
He was the voice of the
Logan's
robot.
Run!
Yeah, he was
Plankton,
the robot.
Fish of the Sea. You got to see Logan's Run. Have you not seen it? Go home
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see it. Well,
See
just go
Logan's
home and
Run.
watch it again anyway.
Mm.
Is Logan's Run the one with the thing where...
Yeah.
It's the one with
Yeah.
Jenny Agutter.
So serious.
He has a thing.
What's
Oh
his
my
name? The
Who
actor.
cares? Jenny Agutter's on it.
Yeah.
Peter Houstenoff's in it.
Oh yeah. Did he play the very elderly guy?
Yeah.
They found out what it was like to grow old.
Yeah, he's great in it. Yeah.
Mm.
And Michael York.
That's who I'm thinking of, Michael York.
He's terrific, isn't
Am I thinking right? That's the big bubble that chases after them.
No,
am I
that's
thinking
Logan's Run, they've got an expiry and they've got a little thing in
I
the
thought it was the
hands.
same one.
Was it the island?
I get them mixed up.
The prisoner. Was it the prisoner?
Oh, is it the prisoner I'm thinking of? Yeah,
The
sorry,
one
I'm
with the bubble.
getting to the
They
mixed up.
remade that, but it wasn't
Yeah,
as
no,
That's
as
us
the
old
original.
farts talking about old TV programs.
The prisoner isn't exactly new, is it?
Exactly.
I just always get Logan's Run and the prisoner mixed up. I don't know why, but I do.
Well, they are running away from the authorities in a sort of isolated area, so
Yeah,
they do have those
yeah,
similarities.
Yeah.
I think Logan's Run was only 2 years before Star Wars was
I
released.
think it was one.
Was it high? Oh yeah, 1976. Yeah.
1 year. There you go.
Great though.
Mm.
Great film.
Very
Logan's Run.
Did you bring stuff?
But yeah, Valerian, yeah. Okay, just to finish off.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Just
Valerian.
read Valerian.
Okay.
There you go. With Captain.
It sounds good.
I've got
Yeah.
I've got volume 3 to read. And then we'll see.
Oh, so you
about-
have piled through 2 of them then?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I read both of them in quick succession.
Sorry, did you have science stuff you brought? I thought you said you did business.
No, it's different stuff.
I was doing some cleaning, so that's more stuff, whatever you want.
Wow.
What?
Magazines, comics,
Oh,
and some
wow.
I didn't
books.
think that's what you meant.
So,
I didn't think you were going to bring a load of jazz mags in.
Oh, is that more of that new X-Men?
Wow.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
so kind of.
Chisel Green!
So take whatever you want.
Mamma mia!
Take whatever you want.
Okay,
Because
okay.
whatever is not is going to be like so. Help yourselves.
Oh, thank you very much.
Means I'm going to call
Sounds
this
good.
the new X-Men stuff, but
Ah.
Movie quotes.
How much is one of these? Do you get this every month?
what's the movie called?
Fair play.
It's about what's it?
You boys get through some reading, don't you?
£3 something.
Is this the
I've been
latest? Mm.
reading a lot of books and not enough
No.
comic.
I've been trying
Yeah.
Although I've read
That's what I
Concrete,
think it's about 4
which
months.
I'm really enjoying. Concrete is fucking superb.
Yep.
The more I read
All
it,
time,
the more I love it.
Really good.
They go on about some real good stuff there. It's a lot of internal. It's just really, really good.
What's that comic?
Savage Dragon.
I'm just piling
Are you a fan? Have you read it? Some of it? Concrete.
Oh, Concrete. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
It
series,
used to in
Yeah.
Spain. It came out.
This
Have
is
you ever
like
when
the
you were in
90s.
Is it
Barcelona?
that
Do you
one that-
remember if you were in Spain? Do you remember when you were in Barcelona? The magazine Zimoc, comic read backwards. Zimoc, Zimoc. So it's a big magazine in Spain, and it had a lot of European different comics.
Right.
In it.
I wonder if they published in Italy, if they would call Concrete Cemento Armato. Le avventure di Cemento Armato.
No, in Spain they didn't change it. They didn't call it El Hombre de Cemento. No,
Well, how do you say concrete in Spanish?
Cemento. Like cemento, but you say cemento.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be Cemento Armato? Because cemento
No.
would be just cement. That's why it's Cemento Armato, because it's got the steel, the aggregate in it.
Yeah. Well,
There
Yeah,
probably
that's
is
what I
a... there probably
Cemento
is a-
Armato.
Yeah. Le avventure di
La-
Cemento Armato.
Las aventuras del cemento armado.
Just saying if concrete got published in Italy, whether they would translate concrete.
Right, that's it.
armed cement, which is how it's called in Italian.
Ah, right, okay.
Heavy cement.
La Liga de la Justicia.
Che giustizia!
In italiano?
La Lega di Giustizia.
La Lega di Giustizia. Okay.
Yep, it's official. I'm still at 1% on my Duolingo with Spanish, so yeah, I'm not, this is definitely not helping.
Yes, that's all the comics I read in January. Concrete and what that book was called, which I can't even remember. But I loved it. Last Empire. Give peace a chance. Give me peace or give me liberty. Give me liberty.
Give me.
Give me liberty, yeah. Give me liberty. Yeah,
Peace a chance.
It's Patrick Henry's quote, isn't it?
Give peace a chance.
Give peace a chance.
Mine aren't as exciting. I just read Forever Evil, the DC.
I've
Not finished yet, but it's quite good so far. Not to the point where Sinestro comes into it, so that's quite good. And I started reading the old Silver Surfers from the Silver Surfer Masterworks. So just starting from Silver Surfer number 1 and going through. There's 2 volumes.
That's good for Surfer. Yeah, I've always thought certain characters are really interesting, and he's one of them. I think Silver Surfer.
Yeah. So I read top 10 because I go for Christmas. There's only the compilation top 10.
Yeah,
I think I read top 10. Is the main guy got a red outfit? Is that not top 10? I'm thinking of Tom Strong.
Yeah,
Tom Strong.
Tom Strong.
Yeah, Tom Strong.
Yeah.
And then I've read Arrugas by Paco Roca, which is Wrinkles.
Yeah, the Wrinkles. Yeah.
So that's really good.
I listened to an interview with Alan Moore the other day, and it was actually quite interesting.
Like a recent one, the modern one.
2 years old.
Right.
2 years old. It's with Scroobius Pip.
Oh yeah.
You can get it on iTunes. Distraction Pieces podcast.
Who's that?
Steve Rogers.
Steve Trainer.
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trainer.
Fantastic. Oh yeah. Apart from that, I've been watching Doctor Who as well.
I watched the Christmas special.
Well, I've just been
me
watching it. I've never watched it before. So I started from Christopher.
You never watched Doctor Who?
Nope.
What?
No. So I started from Christopher Eccleston, and I'm now about halfway through David Tennant's run, and I'm loving it.
Christopher Eccleston's my
Which
favourite.
one's Christopher Eccleston?
One in the leather coat from the north.
No, but what period
He's
is
from the
that?
north.
That's when I came
Um,
back.
first of
2005.
Oh, that modern-ish.
No, not the.
Have you not watched?
I like the guy with the
Tom
long
Baker
scarf.
stuff, the
Yeah,
original
Tom
ones?
Baker.
You haven't. When it all
Used
started
to
back
love-
in
used to love
the
Used
'60s.
to love the old theme tune.
Yeah.
But that's about as close as I got to it.
Remember
We
we
don't
saw
watch it in my
Sylvester
house. Like,
McCoy?
my mum.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
My mum watched it when she was younger. I was never really into sci-fi, and my dad never watched it, so we never. And it wasn't on. It wasn't really on when I was young either. So.
Yeah, I didn't catch much of it, but I remember liking it. when I did.
Yeah. We'll keep going with David Tennant because it's very good.
Yep.
Ah.
Speaking of that though, Peter Capaldi's leaving.
Yes.
He's leaving.
I don't watch it.
It's just all of a sudden. It's just all of a
Oh,
sudden.
it's not enough for 3 years.
Yeah, because they're going to change it. Yeah, I heard him on radio going, I don't normally do stuff for a long time like that.
Yeah.
And like some fans now are
He
going
did,
on
yeah.
about, is it going to be a woman? Is it going to be like a weird thing because it's the number 13, whatever.
I think they're playing.
13.
From what I've heard from sources from the BBC, they've been saying that they're just going to play it safe and do the usual, like another guy.
You know who I think would make a brilliant Doctor Who? If he does it the way he does, with the way he plays Shakespearean characters, Lenny Henry.
Oh really?
Who?
Yeah, Lenny Henry, the comedian.
Wow.
If he didn't, he doesn't go into Looney Henry.
Loosely,
No, not
loosely
as Looney
described as
Henry.
a comedian, but yeah.
No, when he does his Shakespeare stuff, he's actually really serious. So if he played it like he does his Shakespeare characters, he could be like Christopher Eccleston. We have a moody doctor, something bad has happened, but he still has a little bit of a cheery beat in there when he's with his
I just
companions.
can't get beyond that premiering advert.
I liked him as Delbert Wilkins. I thought he was funny then.
I personally just wanted to see. I wanted to see Noel Fielding do it. Somebody suggested that on another podcast I was listening to, and see the more I've thought about it, I think it'd be so good. He's such an oddball character himself that I think it would be a good fit.
I don't know you mean.
Noel Fielding,
Mighty Bush. No, there's two brothers in the Mighty Bush. He's.
You watch Channel 4 do those big quiz of
Never
the year
mind
things.
the bus.
Yeah.
Never
mind. I've seen it, but I detest all that.
He filled in for Bill Bailey when Bill Bailey wasn't there.
Nah.
He's really good.
I'm not up on.
If you ever see like Mighty Bush or anything, watch like IT Crowd.
I've seen it.
The guy that plays the kind of goth Dracula character.
No.
I think he would be interesting. I think it'd be really good to see. Somebody actually suggested Richard Ayoade. And I think it would be interesting if he was like his companion or something like that, because they're pals in real life as well, so I think that'd be quite cool. But hey ho, I put a big thing out on Twitter about it and nothing happened. So yeah, I put a bunch of tweets out about it. It was like, come on, Fielding for Doctor, this would be great. And nobody said a
When do you
damn
tweet?
thing.
Because I never see your tweet.
I do a lot of things at night. Like,
I see. No, asking you about
You have to specifically go on your page to get the tweets in.
Yeah, probably.
Aye.
But yeah, I put a big thing in it. I mentioned them all in it. It was like, Fielding for Doctor.
Nothing.
That's a buggery. Also, speaking of people off of things, Ben Affleck apparently isn't on Batman anymore.
Oh?
What? He's playing Batman, but he's not to direct the independent film.
Oh, see the one with Deathstroke?
Yeah.
The Deathstroke.
Yeah. So he's off of that now.
Deathstroke, the Terminator.
Okay. And there was, sorry, I'm just covering all the news that I've got written down just now. Who was there anybody that you think would direct a Batman film who's not Christopher Nolan and not Tim Burton and not anybody that's made a good go of it?
The really obvious one would be Steven Spielberg.
No, see, I would love to see Steven Spielberg do Fantastic Four. Second trailer for Logan.
Oh, Logan trailer. Sorry, I was reading that as Logan 2, right.
I saw a tweet and somebody wrote, I am so over Wolverine films, but this looks really good. And I thought, that's all they need from everybody forever, to be so fed up with it.
Hey, come on. Not okay.
We got ourselves an X-Men fan. Maybe a quarter of it happened. Not like this. In the real world, people die.
Logan.
I don't want to talk about it.
Logan, just stop.
Be careful. I need the girl.
What girl?
Go get her.
Is it good?
X-23.
Who's that?
It's clone.
It's a
Female
clone.
clone.
What's that?
So she's basically Logan. And
She's a green button as well.
yeah.
No. No. No.
And we're
She's a
down.
clone from Nick.
Yeah.
She's like you. Very much like you.
I'm not whatever it is you think I am.
She needs our
The same people that made Logan his adamantium skeleton.
eyes. Come along.
They took samples from him.
Does he have the third blade on the
What life looks
Yeah.
feet?
Yeah. He's got two there.
like. You'll love it.
One claw. and one else.
You should take a moment. Feel it. You still have time.
She's in a lot of animated series now.
There you go. That's the second shot. Okay, I think it looks good, and I'm not. I'm a person that's been put off of superhero films, and even the trailers make me think, oh Jesus, another one. But that.
So how?
Interesting.
What's the story there? He's trying to get her somewhere, or
it looks like it. They're leaving a lot.
Oh, right.
More to the imagination as well. I think that's what's also getting me to come around to this a bit more, is that they're not giving a lot away. Whereas a lot of them seem to be like, this is the point, and this is the person they're going up against, and you know what's going to happen.
The proportion of thumbs up to thumbs down is quite good. 2 orders of magnitude.
Did anybody see Riverdale?
What?
The Archie-based TV show that's come up.
Has that been on?
Yeah, the first episode is now up on Netflix. It's going to be like a weekly show on Netflix. It's getting good. It's getting good. Not ratings, but good words said about it from, but not from sort of Archie fans. From what I hear, a lot of Archie fans are a bit peed off with it. But just purely on the basis that it's just your typical 90210 type show on the CW, but with a Twin Peaks, not
because I like Archie comics,
sci-fi based.
but it's all to do with the art and the cheesiness.
Yeah. Whereas this is taking it very
just a program,
seriously.
yeah.
Takes you back to a happier era.
I think I've read Archie.
It's not something I'll watch, but it's one of the
Dan DiCarlo. Archie and Jughead.
Yeah.
American.
I don't think I've ever read it.
It's very popular in the Middle East.
So was it in a cartoon series
I'll show you.
in the 80s? Oh, at least I watched in the 80s in Spain, I don't know.
There you go. There's maybe some serious issues were in there.
I read it.
Jughead?
Does he?
Archie, Betty?
Is that?
Well, that's the triangle. You're always like one. They both like him, and he's like, which one?
Yeah,
I think
you as a reader Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
I think
which one you like.
One of them prefers him more than the other, but he prefers the other lassie more than the other. That sort of thing, I think.
Betty and Veronica.
Yeah.
It's Veronica all the way.
Is this it?
Oh, the second hand.
That could be anything.
Yeah.
I already dislike the music massively.
It's like, what's the point?
Every corpse has a tale to tell, and this one has the touch of the evil.
Archie, a kid is dead. I saw you guys.
Really?
So this is not anything like how the fan of the comic.
I'm asking you right now if you're watching.
Basing everything.
Who are you lying to?
They're telling me that they couldn't find
that this place is
a red hair
blood.
actor with natural red hair
This should be fun.
to do it.
Did you and Don Darko kill him together?
They got that guy out
Nothing
of
this bad was ever supposed to happen here.
Happy Days.
Maybe there's no
Is he still like?
Please,
thank goodness we're getting rid of that one.
Please.
Oh yeah, he is. What's his name?
Ron.
What's this character?
Ron Howard.
Potsy.
No.
Potsy.
No.
He was Richie.
Potsy's the dad.
Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham,
yeah. It's got Richie Cunningham to do it.
Is it true that there's going to be a Constantine Hellblazer animated series, or is that just wishful thinking of people on the internet?
At some point
there is something about
I
that.
hope so, but one actually
Everything will come to
within
pass.
reasonable time.
You need a whip.
Oh, here's Wilson as well. Is that Dan Close, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. I only just spotted this today, so I've not actually seen this.
What's this? Another comic? Another. That's
a
a
weirdo. They're cool.
So, tell me, friend, have you heard the good news?
Oh, like Woody Harrelson.
I'm just fucking with you. Jesus doesn't give a shit.
Searchlight pictures and fights you.
He's a kid.
to meet a man.
Is this Wilson? Is that
Beautiful girl.
Dude,
She needs to leave.
Who wants the world to accept it?
My wife left me 17 years ago.
What is in there?
I just need to move on, find somebody new. Not you necessarily.
In the worst possible way.
Working man, eh? 40 years from now, you're going to be on your deathbed saying, where did it all go?
How did we end up like this?
There's a lot of seats, in this train.
Issues. Looks like your ex-wife put this girl up for adoption 17 years ago.
I'm a father! Yes!
That's life! How could you not tell me that we had a daughter?
Excuse me, do you think I could get this for the aioli on the side as I requested?
I think you should know, we have tickets to Wicked. Hey, dickhead, shut the fuck up! Can't you see that this woman is having a profound moment?
I said that's life!
You tell me that you don't want to see your daughter.
What do you want to do, stalk her?
And as funny as it may seem.
Hey, Clarence, Fred's over here.
Hey, you need to shut the fuck up, you little
Any day of the week. Thank you very much.
You wouldn't.
myself up and get back up in the race. Yes!
You're begging me along to sing Instant Family.
You guys are so beautiful.
And I can't deny it.
My ex is a good woman. I just have to help her embrace maternal nature.
I don't care.
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
In that case, I guess I'll take a blowjob then. I should have brought my wallet. That is quite a tattoo.
How's that?
It's like the ultimate argument ender. Like, no, I don't want your fucking job. I want to destroy your entire society.
Face with the love.
Yep.
Looks good.
Yeah, I would rather watch that than Riverdale.
That Wilson. Has anyone read that actual Wilson?
No, I haven't read that one.
That does look good. I mean, Woody Harrelson though.
Woody Harrelson's amazing.
He's a dude, man.
Yeah, I instantly prefer that one to the Archie film.
Yes. That's right.
Thank you, mate.
That's alright,
great.
no worries. No worries. That's nice. Thank you very much, guys.
No, thank you very much for having us.
Alright. All looking forward to it.
I don't believe it! There she goes again! She's tied it up! I can't find anything! All my tubes and wires, careful nuts!
Continue to stay up to date with That Comic Smell on Twitter @ThatComicSmell. You can also send us any comments or queries at thatcomicsmell@gmail.com. To listen to our previous episodes or to follow us or subscribe, you can reach us at SoundCloud, YouTube and iTunes. Thanks for listening.
I didn't